So, three figures that have been very controversial over time are Eve, Lilith, and Sophia. The figures of Eve, Lilith, and Sophia each embody important aspects of the divine feminine energy, and when viewed in a more nuanced light, they should be seen as symbols of strength, wisdom, and spiritual growth. In many traditions, these figures have been misunderstood or vilified, but a deeper understanding can reveal their positive contributions to the human experience and to spiritual evolution. Eve, the catalyst of human consciousness and growth. In the biblical story, Eve is often portrayed as the one who disobeys God, leading to the fall of man. She is seen as the one who tempted Adam with the forbidden fruit, bringing sin and suffering into the world. However, this interpretation is limited and ignores the larger symbolic role that Eve actually plays. Eve is often depicted as the one who succumbs to temptation and leads Adam to do the same, resulting in humanity's expulsion from the Garden of Eden. But in a more balanced viewpoint, we should look at Eve's choice as representing the emergence of human consciousness, knowledge, and free will. Far from being a mere fall, her action can be seen as a pivotal moment in the spiritual awakening of humanity. Her decision to eat the fruit was a moment of self-awareness, granting humanity the ability to discern right from wrong. This act of choosing knowledge is not a fall from grace, but the beginning of the human journey towards growth, understanding, and the development of moral consciousness. Thus, Eve's story can be reframed as one of empowerment and spiritual evolution, embodying the potential for wisdom and transformation. Lilith, the empowered feminine and spiritual autonomy. In Jewish folklore, particularly in the alphabet of Ben Sira, a medieval text, Lilith is often portrayed as the first wife of Adam, created equal to him, but leaving the Garden of Eden after rejecting his attempt to dominate her. She is commonly associated with demons or night creatures, but this interpretation is definitely not the only way to understand her role, and perhaps it's a bit unfair. Lilith is said to have rebelled against Adam, leaving him and becoming a demoness or mother of demonic spirits, often depicted as a threat to women and children. But in a more balanced viewpoint, we can look at Lilith as a representation of independence, autonomy, and the rejection of oppression. She is a figure that chooses to stand firm in her own identity, refusing to be dominated or subjugated, rather than focusing on any association with principalities, an aspect which has been historically challenged. Lilith can be seen as a symbol of the empowered feminine, unafraid to walk her own path and make her own choices. In many spiritual traditions, she's recognized as a powerful and transformative figure, not as an evil spirit, but a force of spiritual freedom, courage, and the strength to break away from patriarchal expectations. Rather than portraying Lilith as some demoness, we can see her as an archetype of spiritual liberation, showing us the importance of honoring one's individuality and autonomy. Her story encourages us to recognize the divine feminine's role in not being diminished and to celebrate strength in the face of adversity. Sophia, the wisdom and light of the divine feminine. Sophia, often associated with divine wisdom, is a central figure in some Gnostic traditions. She's sometimes portrayed as having created Yaldabaoth, a demiurge who traps humanity in the material world. However, this interpretation may not be the most accurate or complete reflection of Sophia's true nature. She is alleged in some Gnostic texts to have had a desire for greater wisdom, and she unknowingly gives birth to Yaldabaoth, the demiurge who creates the material world and traps human souls in an illusion. But a more balanced viewpoint sees Sophia as being associated with the idea that when you really look at what she's trying to do, she's trying to bring more knowledge and wisdom to the world. In other Gnostic and maybe some Christian writings, she's portrayed as a figure of divine wisdom. She's always striving to bring light and understanding to the world, and so she should not be seen as a creator of suffering, but an embodiment of spiritual enlightenment, guiding humanity towards awakening, reconnecting with the divine, and finding a way to ascend spiritually. Therefore, her role can be seen as one of redemption for all of humanity. She represents nurturing wisdom that seeks to restore balance and heal the world. Her wisdom is not a mistake. It is a divine gift that helps to guide humanity towards higher consciousness and spiritual truth. Some traditions emphasize that Sophia's role is to assist humanity and we're recognizing that divine spark within each of us for individuals to seek their own inner wisdom and their own connection to God. Sophia is a loving, transformative force who helps humanity navigate its spiritual journey, shedding light on the path towards awakening. Her wisdom is a beacon that leads souls from illusion to truth, from ignorance to knowledge, and thus she is an important feminine aspect of God. These three figures, Eve, Lilith, and Sophia, represent essential aspects of the divine feminine, each contributing to the spiritual narrative in powerful and transformative ways. When viewed through a lens of respect and balance, these figures reveal their depth and complexity, showing that they embody important virtues like wisdom, autonomy, and spiritual awakening. Eve is not the cause of humanity's downfall, but a figure who embodies the essential human striving and journey towards knowledge, self awareness, and moral growth. Lilith is not a demoness, but a symbol of strength, independence, and the refusal to submit to oppressive forces. She represents the empowered feminine that is autonomous and refuses to be confined by societal expectations. Sophia is the embodiment of divine wisdom, not a creator of suffering, but a guide who helps humanity navigate on its spiritual journey to awakening, enlightenment, and inner truth. Each of these figures can be seen as a vital part of the divine feminine energy, offering us insights into wisdom, autonomy, and spiritual awakening. Rather than rushing to vilify these women, we should honor them for the roles they play in helping humanity understand itself and the greater spiritual reality. By embracing their full complexity and positive aspects, we can foster a more respectful and balanced view of the divine feminine, one that is motherly, one that is feminine, one that is beautiful, and one that is self empowered in the spiritual narrative. If you like this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome aboard the Safe Space. If you're returning, I'm glad that you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings and protection. Have a wonderful and blessed day on this Friday. Take care.